Welcome back, friends. It is a wash day. This week, I'm going back to my natural, wonderful curlies. I am still, I've already lost words. It's 3 seconds in the video. We are not doing this today. Brain, mouth, come on, work with me, Jesus. I'm still doing some experimentation with using this whole back camera thing. I like it way better. It looks way better, blah, blah, blah. I'm also experimenting with this microphone deal here. Rather conspicuous if you ask me, but I guess it's tiny, but whatever. I don't want to have to hold it, so hopefully it's good where it is. But we're gonna see, because I don't know. I just want to see if I can improve the quality of things, because like, why not? Okay, so like I usually do, I am going to start out with a hot oil treatment. So this is like, I guess it's technically day 7, only because I did it last Sunday and now it's technically Sunday. But you know what? This silk press held up. My roots have gotten a little puffy and tangly because I worked out 2 times. Technically 2 times. I guess technically 3 times. Whatever. So let me just tell you what I did, okay? You can decide for yourself how many times I worked out. Because I don't know. Does my forehead look okay? Anywho, 5 head really, but who counting? So my usual workout on Wednesday did that, and then my usual workout on Thursday did that, and then like a friend had a birthday thing where we did some dancing because we're dance friends. One of my cardio classes, a cardio dance class. Fun. If you love to dance, you should do it anyway. And then I do a cardio kickboxing like the next day because I like torture. I just like being in shape, actually, and sometimes I just say it's like torture. Okay, I'm looking for a comb. Really? I already dropping stuff. Really? Anyway, if you did not see last week's video, I was real happy with the results of this silk press, and so I'm excited. I done got way off topic, and I'm sure I was talking about something else. Oh yeah, my roots. I think I got fluffy because of all the working out. Because I'm a workout. No matter what. So I just be trying to figure out how to get my hair to, last or look as good as possible while I'm working out. Because I want to feel as good as possible too, okay? So the silk press did wonderfully this week, okay? It looked great. It did great. I'm done trying to be a perfectionist. Like, I don't do middle parts. Except for when I do my hot oil treatment. So other than that, it's a side part for me because I just think I look hideous with the middle part, okay? So just gonna put this away. I'm always saying that, like, where am I putting it? Like, just putting it up so it'll be out of the way is really what I mean, but whatever. I just be saying stuff, and then later on I'll be like, why did you say that? Story of my life. Okay. I usually just put this on here to get that out the way. Like I said before, and then I just like to, it's still so soft, y'all. Like, I did say that on the 5th day, right? My styling or whatever of the week that I was going to refresh, but I did not do day 5 this week because my hair doesn't get as dry or feel as dry when I silk press, when I straighten it, whatever. And so I just left it, and it actually still feels pretty soft, but it's just the roots are puffy and I just want to go back to my curls anyway. I do this, I press it out, get my words together. Okay. I press it out twice a year just because, one, I just kind of like doing it every now and then, and 2, I do it to get my ends trimmed, and so that's what had happened. I only get my ends trimmed like every 6 months. For a while I was doing it like, I don't know, every 4 or 6 weeks or something, but that was just too much, or too often, because I really didn't need that much. So control my running my mouth and my chatter and tell you what I'm actually doing. So I start off with a hot oil treatment. What I do to prepare for that is I take my bottle of Acute Anointing hair oil and I put it in a hot water bath. I run the water in the sink until it is steaming, and then I put the bottle in there for like 15 minutes, and then it's nice and warm. And then I usually spray, would you? Okay. And I usually moisten my hair some before I add the oil. I don't know if it's really necessary since I straightened it, but I'm gonna do it anyway. This is my process. I'm not trying to get off the process. I also do this process for my low porosity. I'm already starting out talking crazy. I'm high porosity. He's low porosity. He actually does it for himself. He's seen me do it on his hair enough times that he knows how to do his own hot oil treatment. So anyway, and I just take the oil with the wonderful applicator tip. I love it. It's my favorite. And then I just apply directly to my scalp and rub in with my fingers, just like this. And then I rub it through my strands. I just take my fingers, pull it all the way through as much as I can until I feel like my hair is coated thoroughly. And then usually I also take some and rub it on this horrid looking hairline. It just gets to looking pale and stupid, sometimes really flaky, but I feel like this oil always helps me with that, like every single time. So then I like to put a little bit more in my hands and then just kind of prayer hands it. I don't know why I think that's so funny, but I laugh every time I say it. And just make sure it's through all the hair. And I usually do just kind of, like I don't do full on raking because usually my hair is not detangled at this point, but I do just kind of make sure, like, just slide my fingers lightly along the hair, if you will. It's pretty much how I do the whole process for my hot oil treatment. I feel like I've rubbed that in there now. And then I usually do a bantu knot just to get that hair out of the way. I might need to use a bobby pin though. You don't got to do a bantu knot. You can do what you want. You can just, I don't know, do some twists and stick it up there. Okay, that's the first one done. So I'm gonna do the same process all the way around. Moisten the hair, add oil, rub oil in, call it a day. I did not come fully prepared. Let me get some stuff. Okay, I'm back with provisions. I usually set this stuff over here ahead of time, but well, I didn't. So first thing I'm gonna do is put on this little shower cap here. And then I'm gonna put this bonnet on that I be fighting with sometimes. Like I put it on and it slides right off. I'm like, okay. And then the big giant scarf. I like to cover my head and all this nonsense because, one, I don't want oil getting all over my bedding and stuff. No thanks. But also, I just feel like, you know, it's kind of like extra insulation, if you will, all the stuff on here. And then, you know, my head's going to warm up overnight while I sleep anyway. And so, you know, it'll help the stuff do what it does better. That's what I'm going to go with. And that's what I'm going to stick to. It's not broke. I ain't going to try to fix it. So, anywho, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and go to bed and I'm going to see you in the morning. Okay, bye. It's morning. My favorite. Let me take all this off my head. Okay, so you just first you take out the bobby pin if you put a bobby pin. And you twist in the opposite direction of the way you twisted them up to take them down. Easy peasy. I'm gonna wash my hair. Deep conditioning hair mask. Okay, and then I'm gonna be back to style.
Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about how we're gonna wash this hair. So first off, I'm gonna thoroughly saturate it. I want it drenched and dripping wet. And the reason for that is because I feel like the shampoo gets distributed over the hair better and I don't have to use as much. So, of course, a gratuitous shot of the back of the head I just had there, and then I just showed you the whipped wonder, and that's what it looks like, the consistency. And this time I decided to do less than I normally do on the first wash. I don't know if it was half, but 3/4 something is less. So here I am. I want my hair to be directly just coming from under the water when I go ahead and apply the shampoo. And you can see, even though that tiny bit that I used for the first wash, it still did lather up pretty nicely, and that is a partially due just because it's brilliant, you know, because I made it. Okay. Okay, but also because my hair was thoroughly saturated. So I scrub with the scalp and the top of my hair. I don't do the mids or the ends. And so at the end of the wash, then I just take the rest of the shampoo and drag it down through the rest of the hair, and that's kind of how the rest gets clean. So I always go in for a second wash. With that first wash, I do kind of feel like maybe more would be better, because I felt like I like to get the additional lather that I usually get. But you know, I like to test stuff. I'm always testing. I'm a scientist at heart, so and a mathematician by trade. So anyway, I just did the same thing this second time, mouth really, even in a voiceover. Okay, and did the same thing. Didn't hit the mids or the ends of my hair, just the scalp and the top of my head, and then I drag the shampoo the rest of the way through to get the rest clean. And I do think that's helped contribute to me retaining some of my length, because the rest of that hair is drier and it doesn't need as much cleansing, so it's less brittle, I think, less dry, less prone to breakage. Okay, so I like to condition my hair like half of it or one side at a time. So I put one side up, and then I like to thoroughly saturate my hair again. Like, I'm high porosity, so maybe if you're low porosity, this isn't, a requirement. But that's Twilight Tempest anyway. And that's the consistency of what it looks like. It's nice and thick. And so just like with the shampoo, that's how much I'm using. Okay. And I like to just rub it in between my hands some, and then come just from under the water and apply my conditioner. I do this with all of my conditioners. You saw me do it last week too. But the reason for that is because I feel like the conditioner gets distributed throughout my hair easier, more thoroughly, and I don't have to use as much. Waste not, want not. If we could save some product, let's do it. So I really thoroughly incorporate it into my hair. I do a little finger combing and all that stuff, and just rub it in there real good. Come out with the unbrush, and I started at the bottom and detangle those ends first. If they're too tangly, then I brush it against my palm, and I feel like that just helps avoid some of that tension and breakage for my hair. And then I just go through kind of brushing and then finger combing sort of through the hair, and I just do it that way because I feel like I can test with my fingers to make sure that my hair is thoroughly detangled as I go through. And so that's pretty much one section done. Sometimes I just be playing it gratuitously, just be brushing and playing. But that section is pretty much done, that front section. So even though I don't section it in 4 or 5 sections, I don't try to brush it all at one time. I just don't pin it all up in a bunch of sections when I do it, if that makes sense. So just moving on throughout the rest of that section. And the reason I like to leave this and not cut the detangling portion, at least this half, is just so you can see like in real time how long it actually does not take me to actually get through the detangling process, because as you see, it really doesn't take any time, and that's with me just excessively brushing over sections that are already detangled. And so that was me just 2 seconds ago using that brush against the palm method because I thought my ends were a little too tangly. And then go ahead and get in that back, because that's usually my tangliest area. This is probably most tangled, whatever, I don't care. The area that has the most tangled is right there in the back, especially in that kitchen. So I like to go ahead and make sure I just hit that and get all of that thoroughly detangled, because any good style, you just want to make sure that your hair is nicely detangled, but especially a wash and go, like, it just makes everything fall so much better. So coming to the end of this half of the detangling session, that took me absolutely no time. Girl, y'all, this used to take me hours. It used to take me absolutely forever just to detangle. So after I detangle that one side, I go ahead and just twist it up in a big twist. Any loose conditioner that tries to seep out of my hair, I just rub it back on top, and then I did the other side. And then I usually pull out the hair and show you what I didn't lose but it's even less this time because my hair was silk pressed, so I was combing it every day. So my shed hair was actually coming out as the days progress, instead of just sitting there for a week. But I don't really lose much in general. So I'm just going to go ahead and rinse out that deep conditioning hair mask. I usually let it sit there for about 20 minutes before I rinse it out. If you're low porosity, I recommend sitting under the dryer for 20 or 30 minutes. So yeah, this is how the curls are looking. They sprang back. Ooh, that makes me nervous.
All done with that. Yay. Where my clip? Why I come here unprepared? I like to work on one half at a time. How does my part look? I can't even see it. Maybe I might want it to look a teeny bit better. Y'all already know my relationship with parts. Me just trying to figure my life out. Okay, let's even enough. We'll put this half up. Okay, so first I'm gonna start with water because my hair is already drier than I want it to be. So I'm just gonna take my water bottle and make sure my hair is fully saturated. Stop spraying, oh my god. Okay, yesterday I wouldn't start, now I won't stop. Okay, and I just take my fingers and I run them through the hair. I just want to make sure my hair is like really, really saturated. I don't know what my mouth was trying to say. I sound like Elmer Fudd. Please stop. Okay, next we're going to follow up with Mysterious Magnificence. That's my moisturizing aloe vera spray that I like to use for every style. Not using too much is always a challenge. So I like to just rake my fingers through my hair until it foams up. Now I'm high porosity and not high density, so I can get away It's this extremely lazy method of not sectioning my hair off in really small sections. But if you have really dense hair or low porosity, I would recommend doing much smaller sections. So I had been testing just like not adding water, not doing this, okay. After I add the aloe vera spray, but I think that I like it better when I add some water. I don't need as much as my initial, saturation level that I just did, but a little something. You really want a lot of water with the wash and go. It's where the moisture is really coming from. And all of the products are just helping to boost and or seal in that moisture. So next is Sultry Sorcery. That's my leave-in conditioner. This leave-in is wonderful for people who have probably really coarse hair or high porosity. Low porosity, do not recommend at all, because my son has low porosity and this stuff just sits right on top of his hair because it's very thick, butters, oils, heavy, because that's what my high porosity hair likes and needs. Low porosity does not like that. I'm just making sure that I'm getting the product thoroughly incorporated. I do like a rake press method to just make sure I'm really getting the stuff in there. And that's also the method that I've seen low porosity people use to sort of force the product into their hair, if you will. Just some tips. And always, I'm super relieved when my curls revert back, because every time, I'll be a little nervous, okay? I try to be extra careful when I silk press and do only one pass, and all that stuff. But, you always just be nervous, On to the next. So this week, I'm actually trying a method where I use 2 gels, and I'm going to do it 2 different ways. Not today. I don't like, it makes me real nervous when I see people do one thing on one side and one on the other. Like, my OCD is like, absolutely not. So I'm going to be using the Custard and the, what is it? The Stronghold Gel. Okay, Custard and Stronghold Gel today. Because I've seen people use like the 2 gel method. Now, I've seen some people do it using a leave-in. I've seen some people just apply the gel, no leave-in. So when I do my refresh this week, there's no R in week. What are you doing? You're offensive, okay? Anyway, so this is a Custard. You can see it's a really like kind of looser consistency. It's more like, I don't know, medium-ish hold. So yeah, gonna take some and apply. I've been loving it. The people that I asked to test it have also been loving it. So at this point, I just need to, get all my ducks in a row so that I can get it on the site. Anyway, I'm gonna use this first. What I've seen is they use like a lighter gel or custard on the bottom, and then they put a gel with a stronger hold on top. So that's what I'm doing here. Do I want to put a little bit more? I don't know. I'm showing y'all what I'm using. It really doesn't take a whole lot. I'm probably going overboard. And I always make sure that I forget what I'm saying while I'm filming. I always make sure that I rub the gel, or really any product, in between my hands before I apply it to my hair. I've heard other people talk about it as well. It just, for me, the application is not as smooth. So that's in there. Ain't gonna add no more. I'm doing too much, probably. But the definition already looks really good. And so I'm gonna go in with the Stronghold Gel, which I have not used in like a month because I've been playing around with this Custard, which I love. But yeah, Slick Sorcery. That's the Stronghold Gel. I'm not really sure how much I want to use. I'm gonna start with this much. A little does go a long way, and like, you can always add, but you can't really take it off, The reason why I'm kind of hesitant to do it without a leave-in is because, well, I only used 1 gel when I tried like the no gel or whatever. No gel. No leave-in wash and go, and it turned out fine. It's just that it doesn't give my high porosity hair enough moisture for my liking. So I layer and stack products. That looks good, y'all. What you think? What results? They popping. Look at those curls. And it always looks so good after a something. It looks good after something. A fresh trim, which I just had last week. So yes, excited. When I add gel and custard or really any product, I try to make sure that there's like no thick like amounts of product just like sitting on my hair. I try to make sure it's like fully incorporated because it does make a difference. It less likely to like frake. What is that even? What is that? Flake. Okay. Less likely to flake. You know, like leave residue or whatever on top of the hair when it's dry. Okay. I'm gonna go get my mouth together and finish this side. Okay. So I got all the product in. Oh, my mic still works, but if not, I guess I'll just do a voiceover. It got a little wet. I wasn't thinking. So yeah, this is the wet results. Yeah. Curls is popping. Looking juicy. I'm excited. Okay. All right. So check out my new shiny. All right. I was surfing the webs, looking at comments on Facebook, whatever. You know, there was this ad for the Dyson, and it's real cute or whatever. But no. My Wally, like, it ain't that cute. And I'm sure it's worth all of the monies, right? I guess, is this a bag to carry it around in? I don't know. I always get these, but I don't carry nothing around. Just unpack my life here. Bam. I should plug it in. Cause you know, then I'm gonna have an issue like I'll be doing with the hair vacuum. Like, why it's not on? You didn't plug it in. Yep, happened before. Sure has. Pretty sure it happened on camera and I just left it. Get all this junk off of here. It's very interesting looking. Oh, okay, I see. Maybe. I don't know what none of that means. All right. Well, we're gonna figure it out today. Gonna diffuse my hair. After I figure out how to get this on. Oh wait, I think you do this to lock it? No. And there's something about these teeth is supposed to give you oh, they're down and up. Something about volume at the roots. I don't really know. We gonna see. Okay. Okay, so let's see. Let's turn it on and you know, see what we got here. It's supposed to be like quieter. Is it that you go up? Here we go. Why is this button so hard to move? It's really quiet. Let's see what we got here. Let me put my glasses on. I can't see nothing. Okay, so it actually feels dry. The curls are really defined. Maybe down here can use a little while now. And the hold is pretty fierce. This is definitely a force to be reckoned with. Now I'm just debating on if I think I want to, just to see how it does, stretch my hair with this dryer. Lord have mercy. But I'm gonna have to take a second to sit down because it is hot in here. I'm gonna cool off and give you some thoughts in a minute. Okay, now I'm gonna stretch it. Always stretch when you stretch your hair using your blow dryer. You want to use the concentrator attachment. Pretty sure that's what it's called. That's what I be calling it. Okay, I could have looked at their. It doesn't matter. Let's not get off track. That's all I do is get off track. So, what I do is take a section of hair. You can take whatever section you like, large, small, whatever. I don't go too small because I'm not trying to take all day, and it's, you know, I'm a lazy natural. Okay. Now I'm going to take the blow dryer. You're going to pull your hair taut like this. You want to give it a nice tug. You don't want to be all wimpy with it, okay? And then I do high heat and high air. And that's that section. So, you know, I'm just going to work my way around till I'm done. Okay, done with the stretching. It's looking really good. Very defined. If you're looking for soft hold, this ain't it. It doesn't feel crunchy, but it's not soft hold either. So I'll lift my roots, give my final thoughts, and be on my way. Okay, I ain't lifting a whole lot because I don't feel like doing nothing else. I'm like burning up, and I'm gonna have to get out this bathroom. Okay, let's talk. First, I did not give her a proper introduction. I did show it to you, but AIRHYPE, Tymo, it's Tymo, right? AIRHYPE. Like I said, I got it because I was looking at the Dyson. It was real cute, but I don't got real cute money. So I seen people in the comments, because you know I'm always in the comments. I don't know if you know that, but it's another story. Anywho, they was like, you should get this one, and I was like, let me go check for this one. So I went on the Amazon, found it, got it. So I like it. I like it a lot. The only thing I wish I would have done was paid attention to what time I started blow drying my hair or diffusing my hair, so that I would know exactly how long it took. But when I'm editing the video, I will check it and put it here on the screen somewhere. Okay. So we can all know how long it took. Next up, I like it's really small. I like it doesn't make a ton of noise. it's like hot. Like it tells you the temperature that it's on. So here you got your, it's off, and then the middle is on, and then the top is like a cool shot burst snowflake. That's what, you know, showing you. Okay. And then this button is the temperature. So the highest is 210. I think the lowest is like, I don't know, 80 or something. I had it on 210, which was the highest setting, and then it shows like they call it the flow. So I had it on the strongest flow, highest flow, whatever they call it. I don't put the book away now, so I don't remember all of the jargon. Okay, so but I had it on the strongest, highest flow, highest temperature, because that's how I like to dry my hair. So that was the way I diffused it, and that was also the way that I stretched it with the concentrator attachment. I feel like it did do a good job of blow drying my hair, diffusing my hair, and stretching my hair. And I do feel like it took less time than like my regular cheap blow dryer. Let's just use like a Conair or whatever. So yeah, no dissing it, because okay, I've been using it for a long time. I'm a fan. I think it was well worth the money. I like, again, how quiet it is. It's very concentrated on where it blows the air, which is why I think it's so effective. I like effective. And so yeah, it's a keeper, and I like it. And then I can see for sure how long it took, because I noticed like when I started doing my washing goes and adding extra water in between, it started, of course, taking longer to dry, because that makes sense, right? I feel like this didn't take as long. I feel like this kind of brought me back like my old drying times, if you will. So anywho, I'm gonna keep the cute fancy box and keep all my stuff together and, you know, organized. I'm trying to do better, y'all. Try to pray for me. So anyway, let's talk about this hairstyle. I'm a fan. It looks close up, right? Okay. Look at the definition and the shine. Like, because usually I tell y'all all the time, it's really hard for me to get my hair to shine. My hair just be like, we're not doing it. I've got like a brownish, dark brownish color hair, not black, and high porosity that usually does not equate to shine. So the fact that at least I see shine here, maybe I see it on the camera. Doesn't have any flaking or residue or whatever sitting on top of the hair. I'm like super satisfied. I'm very curious to see what it looks like without a leave-in, which I will find out on day 5, because that is when I will be refreshing. And then that'll just, I don't know. It won't completely decide what kind of method I like better, because I still have not tried the foam with my stronghold gel. I have tried it only with the Custard. So these are the two products that I use to test Custard that will hopefully soon-ish not be a test anymore. I mean, and that's how much I use. Like, I know it looks like a tiny jar, but like, that's how much I use for my whole head. And because it really, I don't think it takes a lot. And my hair is not super easy to define. That's the stronghold gel. That's how much I use of that. Now, y'all know I don't use a whole lot of that anyway, because I've showed you a ton of times me doing my hair with it. But things that I do when I use either product is, one, I make sure that I rub my hands together really well with the, you know, rub the product together in between my hands really well. That's what I mean to say. Okay. And then when I'm applying my hair, I do the rake smooth method, and I just make sure it's really incorporated into my hair before I add more product. Because you can always add more. So I start off with less than I need, of course, and then I just keep adding until I feel like I've got enough. So yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy with this. I think it turned out really nice. Okay, moving along. Okay, so this is today's lip gloss. It is, hold on, it's over here. Perfectly Pink. I think that's what it's called. Why did I put it back? I usually like to show y'all. Okay, Perfectly Pink. Here we are. I'm a fan. Just give me, you know, a touch of pink. You know, I feel like I have pink in my shirt, so I put pink lip gloss on anyway. That's it right there. Perfectly Pink. Okay, so anyway, that's the lip gloss I'm wearing today. These are my earrings. So I've been making resin earrings for a while. I kind of went on the spiel last week, but I decided to move my resin stuff from my old site, which used to be Imagined Awakenings, which is now where I only just do digital coloring books. And I have some of my resin earrings over on Soapwitch Crafts. I plan on adding more. Just, you know, a lot of things are happening. I'm trying not to do too many things at one time because it doesn't work out. Okay. But anyway, they're all one-of-a-kind earrings. So I don't have any just like these, but I have some pretty cool, still nice earrings over there if you want to check them out. No hard feelings if you don't. Just start it out there. And then also, let's talk about the hair journal. And so it's also digital. So it's downloadable. You download however many pages you need, whenever, however, as long as ever. It's a lifetime. Once you buy it, it's yours forever, and you can download anytime. And so the hair journal is awesome because you can really, especially if you're wanting to take your hair journey like to another level, there's places in there for you to create a hair regimen, adjust your hair regimen, put out notes as far as, your hair type being curl, curl type or porosity. I have a calendar for like annual, monthly, and weekly. I think it may be even daily, just so you can observe, hey, my hair looked like this today. My hair looked like this the next day. Day 5, it looked like this, blah, 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 right? And then just go through, like, note what products you used to get the results you got. Did you like the results? Did you not? You can write that stuff down and keep it in one spot so that you can know going forward what works and what doesn't, what you want to change, what you don't. And like my YouTube channel is kind of my hair journal. Like I got my journey all the way, I think 2019 actually. I said 2020, but I think 2019. And so I can always look back and be like, this worked great. Why did I stop doing it? And so you can do the same thing with your hair journal without having to go through the hoopla of doing video and editing. Okay. So anyway, if you're interested, you can check that out in the description as well. Or if not, no hard feelings. Always no hard feelings. If not, no pressure. With all that being said, I appreciate you hanging out with me in all of my nonsensory and foolery. And if you like what you saw, please consider liking and subscribing and click the notification bell so you don't miss any of my uploads. I'll see you next time.